eat less meat. Imagine you're standing in the middle of the Amazon rainforest. The air around you is damp and smells incredibly lush, and all you can hear is a loud symphony of birds and frogs and insects. The trees surrounding you are so tall you can hardly see the tops of them, and the underbrush is teeming with wildlife. There's animals and plants here that you've most likely never seen before, and probably will never have the chance to see again, because the Amazon is being torn down to make room for cattle grazing pastures in order to accommodate for the ever-increasing demand for beef. If you could commit to one meatless day a week, you can make a meaningful impact on both your personal health and the environment, such as saving resources like water, reducing pollution, and lowering your carbon footprint. And from a health standpoint, it can help you lower your risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers, as well as managing your weight, improving digestion, and energy levels. I know for many people, the thought of giving up meat is daunting, which is why that's not what I'm asking you to do. I would never ask someone to give up their favorite food just because it comes from an animal or might have negative health effects. But I will ask you to consider that there are a lot of alternatives to meat, and that every single meal does not have to contain meat to be good. Many people believe meat is essential for a healthy diet. They argue it's a major source of protein, iron, and other nutrients our bodies need in order to function. And yes, it is true that meat does provide those nutrients. But what most people don't realize is that a well-balanced plant-based diet can offer all of those same nutrients along with fiber, antioxidants, and more. While meat consumption has been linked to increased risks of heart disease, stroke, cancer, plant-based diets have been shown to consistently support better long-term health. As an example, according to kidsinnutrition.org, 100 grams of salmon contains the same 22 grams of protein as 100 grams of almonds does, and 100 grams of nut butters, like peanut butters, contains almost the same amount of protein as a beef burger, 25 grams versus 31 grams. And while no one is suggesting that you replace the main part of your meal with 100 grams of peanut butter or nuts, it goes to show that in a whole day, if you did not eat meat but did eat things containing nuts, seeds, or legumes, you would still be getting just as much protein along with a lot of fiber that meat lacks. For each singular day that you do not eat meat, you save 133 gallons of water per meal, you reduce your carbon footprint by 8 pounds, and you reduce your emissions by the equivalent of not driving for 348 miles, according to the University of Colorado. A concern that many people have when considering plant-based protein options is the taste. People say that meatless burgers are dry and flavorless, and while some definitely do fit that description, there are plenty of other options, like the Impossible Burger, that are nothing like that. They are not dry or flavorless. To prove this, I asked 2 people who do not eat meat to give me an honest review of a real burger versus an Impossible Burger. Here's what they had to say. Meat, or fake meat, is not the main thing that gives a burger taste. They said that they felt the toppings and sauce were the main flavor. Meat burgers can sometimes be too heavy or too greasy, and my reviewers felt that plant-based burgers were not that way. Plant-based burgers, such as Impossible Burgers, are very comparable to real meat burgers in taste, according to my reviewers. Overall, they said that they enjoyed both types of burgers and would recommend trying plant-based meat alternatives because of how similar they felt that they tasted, with the added benefit of plant-based burgers not having such negative effects on the environment and animal welfare. So as you can see, there are many benefits to having one meatless day a week, and by doing so, you will be prioritizing your personal health and your planet. Scientific research from institutions like the Center for Biological Diversity proves that Meat production harms the environment through deforestation, the production of greenhouse gases, excessive water use, and the destruction of natural habitats and biodiversity. One of the most devastating environmental effects of meat consumption is its role in the destruction of the Amazon rainforest, as a significant portion of it is being torn down to create pasture land for cattle. According to the World Wildlife Fund, around 80% of deforested land in the Amazon rainforest is used for cattle grazing, which that accounts for roughly 15% of the entire Amazon, and is responsible for the release of 340 million tons of carbon into the atmosphere every year, which is around 3.4% of all global emissions. Deforestation like this not only decimates one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on our planet, but it also rapidly accelerates climate change by reducing the rainforest's ability to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This is where the reduction in your carbon footprint and emissions comes from when you choose a meat alternative. Now that I've explained to you a couple of the negative effects excessive meat consumption has, such as higher risks for many health concerns like diabetes, heart disease, and cancer, as well as the negative effects that it has on the environment like deforestation, pollution, and the destruction of natural habitats, I hope you'll consider giving up meat for one day a week, or even having a few meatless meals spaced out throughout the whole week. By doing so, you would be taking a major step to create a positive impact on both your personal health and the health of our planet.